All right, so what are we talking about? VIX up, ticks up. VIX is way up, folks. This has been a lot easier for us to make our targets, right? I'm gonna talk to you guys about why. I'm gonna show you guys how we use that VIX. We got questions from the room. Algo Box Poker Hands. This is one that we really went over last night. I'm going to retouch on this again today. As a trade develops, how is the trade developing? Much like two cards in hand, but then comes out the flop. Then you got the turn card, the river card. As the trade progresses, you need to adapt. Evolving R. Yes, the R needs to evolve as the trade progresses in the same way that a poker hand does, and how you bet in gets different as you move into the position. Are you going to take the trade off? Are you going to add to the position, etc.? Okay, this is an 89 chart, 89 range. But this is our largest time frame that we use, and we call this the tide. And of course, we trade a triple wave setup, and this is the highest time frame. So what did we check? Two things. As this wedge had shown up before, back when we were over here, I told you guys there is no way this wedge is going to continue in and that we are going to be breaking and going. Did I not? Right, we absolutely crushed that. And then last night we were right about say here, and I told you guys there is also absolutely no way this thing is crushing down this direction. Now again, I say that and I know that yes, anything is possible, okay, but with as much conviction as I can put in, knowing this setup, I told you guys there are some places on the map that are easier than others. This is Vinny's Q3DM17, right? And what is that? If you guys watched my video on gaming and trading, this is a very popular map back in a game that I used to play, Quake 3, Quake Live. Q3DM17 was a very popular map, and everybody knows this map and everybody loves this map. This is like that easy map that you're totally comfortable with. Then you get to some of those maps that you're just like, oh crap, you know, is this map really in the rotation? I really don't want to play this map.
NASDAQ.
This
color dog alert
map
for NASDAQ
here on ES, this is the type of map I love to play. Okay, this was an easy one. You guys know, map on the map, we've got a wedge formation, which means I've got price above me, I got price below me, I've got levels, I've got directions, I've got all kinds of things that I can read off of to get really good plays. And this was an easy fake. Lots of people got raffle stomp down here. This little play here, lots of people still thinking that this is coming down to the end of that wedge. Remember the final third of a wedge? If you don't know about our wedge videos, go check out the perfect wedge video. Thank you, Curtis, for posting that link there. Okay, that final third end of the wedge, I have a specific plan around how we trade each of these thirds. Okay, if you don't know about that or want to learn about that, you can go over to our website, and that is in a free training section. So go enjoy that one there. And this one coming in this area, knew this was going to get totally wrecked out of this area. We got the big move up and out. We cracked this little zone up here, really getting people nervous. Then it starts to come back down. So all the players here who thought that, oh, I'm a level player. Nope. We're going to fake down and then poof, explode up. I told you guys, we touch this area, there's no freaking way we're coming down and touching that. Now, if we did, I told you guys we'd have a plan for it. Right? Let the tools do the work. But my plan, and I told you guys, where are we going? I told you guys step 1 was here, step 2 was here, and I said big target all the way up here. Why? That's our tools up there, by the way. That's not me hand drawing that. That is the Algo Box predictor, already putting that up there for a predictive PRZ zones, 2 golden zones sitting up there, nice and juicy, tasty little beast sitting up there just calling our names, ready for this thing to wreck retail traders. Beautiful stuff. We rode this thing real good today, got up to our 4K target pretty quickly. I did close out with my $400 superstition. We'll talk about that, about what in the world is this whole, you know, who in here has been with me long enough to know what this is? When I say the $400 superstition, who has been with me long enough to know about Vinny's $400 superstition and how this plays into my market psychology? CG knows. So yes, I started I don't know if I'd say a long time ago, but within the last few years going, all right, what I'm going to do in this little notion is when I get to that, I'm $400 away from my final target at the end of the day. Like I'm trying to hit that 4K and I'm within $400 and I'm inside of a trade and it's pushing that direction and I haven't hit that instantly. I'm just going to cut it. And I sure enough did. Of course, this is the one day though, it kind of bit me. And if I had held it, I would have broken through that 4K very easily. This is kind of a rare, just direct, straight move. And we were on the right side of it and literally could have turned that into about a 6 or 7K day, but I closed out at 3,600 on the day. So speaking of results of the day, so this was the big picture. Remember, ES is where I kind of draw in, I do my analysis for where the markets are going, and there are a lot of correlated markets, particularly in the E-minis that we trade. We also trade crude and gold, but the correlated markets all fall off of this ES and follow suit. Even some of the gold and crude still plays along with this. Man, big dive bomb in gold today. We'll talk about that a little bit there at the end, and how the news that came in today played into that. So let's take a look at the actual room itself. We got some people joining us here. Welcome aboard. If you don't know about our room, what this looks like, this is our primary chat area. This is open actually 24 hours a day. This is not one of those trade rooms where they, like, you know, open up the room, let the guru talk to you. It's a one-way communication, and then you never get to talk to anybody about how much their trade system sucks. All right, you get to come in here, talk with the crew, see the crew members trade, all that kind of good stuff. So here's me. What do we close out? 36.85 today. Not a bad day. Let's go up and see how the day started and progressed. I'm going to show you guys not only my trades, I'm going to show you guys the trades from the members. We had some great members in here today posting their screenshots for us. Again, I do encourage folks who are in the room to not only just allow it to be me, but you post your own. It does a lot of things. It's not just for me or trying to like promote the room. This literally fosters several things as you're trading. It kind of gives you a level of accountability. It's like having a manager on your side. You've got people who can critique you, not only myself, but the other crew members who have been doing this for a long time. Man, we had a long day here today. All right, there we go. This is from last night. Last night's trade notes. Go take a peek at those, but we'll talk about getting into today. So we were trying to get our latest version of LunchBot out. I know that was sort of the first things I was posting in this morning. That was that great ES trade overnight. And where is it? Here we go. Oh, sorry. I thought mine was the first trade of the day. I am mistaken. So we've got some folks in the UK. Remember, we have people trading all around the world in futures. Again, one of those advantages of E-minis is the markets are open 23/5, right? So it's not like the markets in the US markets where they're closed a certain period of time. This is overnight trading here for us. But again, the markets are moving all the time. So people in Australia, Ursulan here, one of our members here is in the UK. But he's taking a trade at 3:50 a.m. our time, and he crushed it overnight for $995. Well done, Ursulan. Here is the LunchBot, so look forward to this, getting this released here this weekend. One of those things, real easy thing for you to check out right up here at the top. This is actually your performance window. I actually surround each of our automated systems with details about what's going on as trades progress through on LunchBot, and those upper left-hand corners tell you for the current time period of what we just ran, where the P&L level is at. This tells you the max number of quantity of contracts that it took. So this says 2. So that was 2 contracts, $625. So that's how to read those if you guys are installing LunchBot with us this weekend. And again, there will be a free trial time with that. So if you guys are interested in that, do let us know. Come check it out and try it out for yourself. Some other little neat features that are coming in on that LunchBot, adding in things to note up here to top left. Things like the account size, the clock time on your machine, the range bars that this is designed for, and FOMC rules. Don't trade around the FOMC. And of course, a little reminder of trade at your own risk. Be very, very careful. You still need to control the thing. Don't just set the thing and then walk away. Okay, please. Like, things can happen. Trump can tweet. Things can go nuts. But we do it during the lunch hour for that bot particularly because there's typically no scheduled news events around that time. Okay, so what is this? This is the optimized range set that we put in last night. If you don't know how to use this, go watch out for some of our videos. Primary 2 columns you need to pay attention to are the period and the average time in market to decide which instrument you are going to be trading and on what time frame you should be looking for our primary setups on the mid time frame. If you also want to know what those are designed, optimized for targets and stops, these are them over here. These are your 2 columns for, let's see if we can do this a little more structured here. How about some squares? Here is those for the targets, and do a little blue for what we should do in the stops, short side and the long side, and of course average MAE. If you don't know about MAE, it's a little bit more complicated topic, but we just did an entire video on max adverse excursion. Go check that one out over there on our YouTube channel. Best place to get that one. Okay, lots of conversations here going on in the room. Let's get to the morning open. We talked about answering some questions for some folks on those. Here is one of our favorite scammers who got wrecked in a video there this morning. Beautiful stuff.
NASDAQ.
Okay,
Color
Piercer,
alert
first
for
play of the day
NASDAQ.
for me. As the morning open, here's the morning open bell coming in. First trade of the day for me. Piercer, there was actually a red dot in this location as well, secondary red dot. Now, what do I tell you guys about clusters? We had a cluster of these, and this is a backbreaker. Backbreaker into the Piercer for the entry. And I am wrecking this up and looking to break the highs of day. I had already hit a target 1 here off. I know this looks very tight here in this area, but this is because of the time frame. This is actually a candy bars 3, not a 2 or a 1. So there's actually 15 and 25 tick targets on this one. So I hit the first 15, 25 ticks to the high of day, got both of those, target 1, target 2 on the day, started us out with our first 1K put away on that one. VIX up, ticks up. What was that?
Dow. Color dot alert for the Dow.
This right here. How do we use the VIX? If you don't know how to use the VIX to guide what you should be trading, you need to learn how to use the VIX. What does 16 mean? Okay, you need to know what this is. If you don't know what this is, come hang out with us. But we knew what instruments to trade based on where we were sitting there on the VIX. But VIX up, ticks up. We know we've got some good trade opportunities on those. So what was I calling on this one? This one took a little heat. Oh, there's a green dot. So you can't see the green dot that came in. There was a green dot that came in right here. Now again, everything here this morning was all looking long side. You guys knew my call that I'd already said, look, everything is going to be looking up when there's no way that thing's going down. So I'm already biased. We've got longs favorable. There was a green dot that showed up right here. Now the reason I said that I took a little bit of heat, because I did. A little bit of heat started to come in right here on this trade. Again, I dipped my toe in the water. Initially, I only got 4, and then I built to 8 contracts. And then as this dove right in, I grabbed me 8, well, how many more? I went from 8 to 14 immediately as it started to come into this area. Now, if it started to move down farther, I was gonna immediately close it out. It just came so close to getting into my first set of stops there as this one came in, started to move my direction. I was gonna close it out, but next thing you know, this thing it went fast. This is one of those moments where in queue, I call it luck on this area, but then again, luck favors the skilled and the prepared. So the green dot had showed up right here. Didn't take too much heat, and next thing you know, this thing is ready to rock and roll. I've got a PRZ box up here for my targets. Easy entry. Well, not easy entry. It was obviously tough because it didn't go straight, right? The easiest ones are when the dot hits and we just go straight to it. This is a little bit of a tricky trade where the dot actually pierced, but look at how it finishes. This thing just crushes my targets, breaks all the way through. I've got runners on. I end up closing out a little bit higher than this, and I just took it out manually. At that point, I was up pretty close to 3K on the day. I believe
NASDAQ.
I see over the right.
Color dot alert for NASDAQ.
60. Big trade on that one. So 2 trades in, and I'm sitting there already at 3K. Now, I want to show you guys this here real quick. So over here, little piece of paper. So what is this right here? Okay, this is a vision board. And so I take my first trade of the day, boom, 1K off. Second trade normally should be 2K. Bam. Well, we boosted through that one on the second trade. I actually ended up putting away 2K on the runners. So now I'm already up 3K on the day. And what's my target? I'm looking for that 4 or 5K on the day. I give myself 5 opportunities to trade there in the morning. And how do we do that? I teach you guys how to use that through one of these. Very simple. This is actually the same original piece of paper that I printed out. I don't know. This piece of paper is probably 8 years old. This thing has been with me quite a while. But she's been folded over, hung with me for a long time. It's a little bit nostalgic for me. I used to put Nerf darts on it. Now I use Trump coins because, why not? Where are we in the sequence? We're already up 3K on 2 trades. So we are actually what we call ahead of the game at this point. Let me see. Am I missing some of the chats? No, you guys know what's up. So let's go back to screen 4 here. So as we're tracking through, I'm trying to get to my 4K target. But again, I leave myself, look, I'm just realistic. I'm probably going to miss or lose 1 trade. So while I may hit 5K, I know that, look, I may lose 1, like 1 out of 5. That's sort of my average. That's typical for me, is to lose 1 or 2 out of that 5 set. And that's not a big deal. As long as you are trading those pinpoint entry locations, you're good to go. Now here's where I start calling that $400 superstition right here in my next trade. So I'm sitting there trying to hold those runners out, and I add to position, and I'm just holding, I'm holding. And of course, right about here at 9:51, I close out the trade. Where'd I go? Right here, closing it out at 9:51. I go ahead and close out that final set on that runner. I probably held that for maybe 6 minutes. but the way that NQ is moving right there, just got a little nervous, and I was sitting there and I see that 3,600 sitting there staring me in the face. I get that $400 superstition, because that $400 superstition is one of those that as I try to push a position, I will oftentimes end up giving a whole lot back. I think the last time that happened, I was talking in the Platinum members there. I was talking with Simon this morning on the microphone with me, and he remembers the last time that happened to me, and I tried to get a little ballsy with it. It was like, nah, man, this one's going. And I end up, you know, instead of being up 3,600 on the day where I could have closed it out, I ended up closing out that day at like 1,600. Almost gave back, you know, more than half of my earnings and winnings in the next series of trades off of that one, as that one ended up ripping back on me. And then I just added to, got another loser, and it sort of like snowballed in on me. Really kind of a bummer, but that happens to me. It's happened to me in my career quite often. So I kind of have that little superstition that still rides with me, that hopefully one day I get to crush, but it's still there, and I'm highly, highly aware of it. Psychological, but I think there's also something physical to it. Yes, Scrap, this will be scheduled a call with you. All right, so here's some of the other members. I told you guys I'm going to show you some of the other members coming in. Matthias taking a blue dot. I think this is a loser, yes? Yeah, this is a very odd scenario where a double blue dot breaks. Even though you're getting in on a large entry location, this thing snaps down through the blue dots and a shark. This is very rare. But let me scoot back. I think somewhere in here I said this is where the market was going to start to get tricky. That, like, be very careful, because now we're talking about areas where, yeah, it looks like it's all up, but we have some little massive pullback. It's sort of the what I call the relief leg, and you get this pull out. Lots of people taking their profits. You got the reversal traders pushing in, and this thing starts to come down. So the highs up there get a little bit more difficult to trade. There are a lot easier areas for us to trade on those. So here's Super Doug posting in some of his screenshots. Got out, still holding on. Areas I could have gotten back in and continued. I had to go now, taking my mom to the doctor. Okay, so he looked like he was a little distracted today. Be careful, folks. If you're distracted, you got the other things going on. Areas I could have gotten back in and added. Oh, he's pointing out the volume down here. I see his arrows now. Okay, so as this thing is going into a smooth leg, what do I teach you guys? Smooth leg, volume spike, hit it. Smooth leg, volume spike, hit it. Only if you're getting a smooth leg after a trap, right? So well done, Doug. Good stuff there on you. Although I think he's saying he should have gotten back in and added. Not sure where he ended on that one. I didn't see an actual trade, but that's okay. We'll work on it. Work on your, work on those screenshots. Okay. Oh, here's my Richie trade. I was like, I thought there was some other trade. So I dipped my toe in the water here. I was already up on the day. Pretty excited about where I was. I was literally on a call and I saw this, right? What do you guys see here? If you guys see the Richie on this chart, type me a 1. If you do not see the Richie, type me a 2. Kind of want to get, you know, are you guys seeing these? This one's a little bit trickier. This one is not algorithmic. This one doesn't show you that, but what I want to do is, are you recognizing a Richie trap when it shows up? This was a very big Richie trap. I told Simon when I was on the line in the Platinum folks, I was like, whoa, look at this. This is like the biggest Richie I've seen in a long time, if ever. Very, very large Richie. This is coming in on the 3s, and that is a monster. It's quizzing your mind right now. You should see that. As soon as you see that right there, okay, mental recognition. Your brain is very good at doing this, recognizing patterns, okay? That pattern right there. It's a breakdown, shut, 2 legs, right? No flamingos, right? You guys been through my training? 2 legs. Do we have 2 legs? Yes? Yes, we do. Do we have a chukka? Yes, we do, right? We got the traps. We got the, okay, we're going back up. Nope, rip. Okay, we wrecked them. This is what this should look like. In general, you should see this. Down, chukka, wham, bam. That right there, this is a Richie trap right there. Okay, why is it a Richie trap? Well, I named it after a good trading friend of mine who actually, this is like his bread and butter. Like literally, he just looks for these. Okay, so I call it the Richie. I'm like, this is all he does. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna call it the Richie trade. And yeah, I like that wreck. So there's the entry point where I actually usually want to try to catch this. If this had broke down a little bit farther and gave me a 1-tick wonder, I would have added to this position. But I just towed in the water here, just 2 contracts. A little bit chicken for me. It's a little bit small for me, but it did. It went like straight to both of those targets. Look at that, rip. All right, so I hit my 10 and 15 almost insta on that one, but not a big winner there. Could have turned that into something a little bit more, but there is the Richie. Now this thing ends up breaking way higher off of that, but that's what we do. Ursulon, let's see. I think he had some more trades. Let's take a peek here. I know there are more trades. People asking questions, posting some video links. Here we go. So Ursulon taking a double power dot, blue plus a green. They don't have timing here. Only thing I critique on that, no timing. If we had measured this red dot back here, I bet you would have figured out a little bit better on the timing, but hey, double dot, you don't need anything else. But just curious where we were on this to know whether or not you should be worried if there was a little bit of heat left before you get that big move up, which in this area, I'll just tell you, eyeballing it,
NASDAQ.
this looks
Color
like
dot alert
the
for
king size
NASDAQ.
area location is more like here. So you would have had to wait for one more extra edge before I added to position for that move up. So just a little critique on that as you are making, getting yourself a little better as you progress. All right, did he hit those targets? Let's see. Oh, this is his ES trade. He's got two trades going on here. This is in his ES, and then he's got a correlated market position. Now he did his timing lines. Congratulations. Let me give him some props right here. Give him some hand clap. He's got his timing lines in. Non-lazy trader right here. Got his timing lines on. Where's the crossover point? Right there. Where's the dot? Right here. Beautiful take on that. This is a large king size move. So LK, very good. What is LK? Remember, small, medium, large, king size. Did he crush it? Yes, he put it on this end. This is a big trade. Remember, this area is where I kind of say, hey, like hold off on the small mediums, all right? Because you can make all your cake right here into a larger king size. You get one of these, you can be done for the day. Right, so well done on holding that one in, and he's got his blue one moving in as well. Did that turn into a blue dot, or is this another trade? Oh, another time frame. This was a candy bar 5s. This was probably 2s. I can't see at the top because he's got something in the way, but it's cool. I can tell this is a smaller time frame. So you also had a confluence there adding in. Now here he's moved his, it's already moved in his direction. He pulled his stop up above his target there by a couple ticks. So no matter what, he's coming home with a couple of ticks. Well done. VIX level 15. So what do we know? Remember this morning, the VIX was at 16 to start. What do we know when we're at 15? That means the VIX is dropping. What's the market going to be doing? Popping. Okay. So we're looking for as a drop after a period of an hour or more, and we get that drop, we're making adjustments to long side only. Although, remember, we were already long side biased, and we had remembered from the night before where I drew that in. And look at ES, rocket shipping up into the positive direction as we had called the previous night. Here's Shaq, also in our UK crew. Let's see, we got, no, Will's in Australia. I don't know if we got any UK folks. Right now, it's probably like 6 a.m. their time, so they're probably all sleeping right now. But he crushed this, 9 contract build in. He's got, what is this one? He didn't label it. Let me see if I can figure out what he did here. I can't tell what harmonic that is. It's not a shark, so I don't know that I would have taken this by itself. His timing line is way over here. I don't know, Shaq. I'm going to give you some credit for it here because it's probably longs favorable. Maybe you had some other reason to get this, but remember, don't just take a single harmonic. This is a lot of people's mistakes. I wonder if he took this as a harmonidot. All right, Shaq, when you're watching this back later, come back in the room, post me. Were you doing this because of an HMD? This is not an HMD, so be very careful. I think you might have misread this. Okay, not an HMD play, but it looks like it. I think that's what you did there. We got a red dot in between, so tough one on that. But if you had another reason there, come back and tell me. Just be careful on that. That's why other traders fail when they just use harmonics. Harmonic by itself is not enough. Okay. You guys know how I teach. All right, Ursulon crushing it with some more trades. Again, folks, look, my point with this, I don't want to just walk through every one of these with you guys. I do go through each and every one of these with the crew members as they come through these. This is a nice multi-harmonic with a shark back coming up out of a channel. Are you joking me? The brother's got skills right here. Look at this. Look at this. Killer. Combo kill. Beautiful stuff. I believe he hit all these. Yes, he did. Look at this.
Color dot alert for
Targets
NASDAQ.
filled all the way down on this beast right here. I know this doesn't look like much, but this is the 2s and 5s section. That's a very large trade form right there. Look at that big move. Crushed it all the way through the PRZ. Look at this. On top of that, what did he have? He had 2 lines, crossover points, verticals. Holy shnikes. Put this one in the playbook, folks. That is a beauty. Headshot. Nice label. Nice label, Ursuline. You know, I always tell you guys, if you're not having fun doing it, you're doing it wrong. Now, was this, oh my word, did you have another, was this another piece of confluence? You had a salmon dot riding on that line? Oh, it came after. Oh, it came after, no. So here was a trade he already took. Bam, down. What did he do? He exited on the green dot. Comes back in. He gets salmon dot. Take it again. Holy shnikes. He just wrecked that area. Totally wrecked it. Well done, sir. All right, now we got Shaq later on here. We've got a dual harmonic to the long side. Alt bat, double play. Easy right there. Now, where's this timing? This is a medium. So usually on a medium, be careful. I want to take some targets right here on a medium. Okay. Target one, medium, right there. In the event that this thing comes back down, touches again, and then goes, okay, I want to be able to re-add to my position. I'm going to take some off right here. I'm not going to hold this straight up. So be a little careful on that when it hits on a medium. Okay. Little positive reinforcement there for you, but not bad, right? Sometimes you get lucky. Luck favors the skilled and the prepared, and we have both. Well freaking done, sir. All right, double dots here. This is going to be a tough one. I'm not sure why he's getting long on this one. He's probably a little ballsy because he's been just crushing everything else. I think it's because of these multi-dots coming in right here, but he's got double dots right here. Remember, double dots are eliminating power dots. You just got a grind zone right here when you've got top side reds, bottom side greens. Just be careful. Make sure that you're actually riding it in a V-style scenario. But if you are to the long side, we really want to catch it on a larger king size entry location. I think he also got a little more confidence there because he had a crossover point. But just be careful on this one. I'm not going to put this in the A+ grade trade there, but I think he might have gotten away with a few ticks. Let's see. Did you say closed out runners, closed too early? Oh, it ended up working? Well, color me. What the hell do I know? He just crushed it. Okay, so well done. Turns it into a $500+ trade. Oh, and then did he take the exit on the red? You know what, you guys, y'all come trade. Just come teach the class. All right, come teach the class. All right, he takes it up, he takes it down. He's got a multi-harmonic trade. Oh my word, just absolutely crushing it today. He's got the volume spike down below with it. Just proud moments. Proud moments from a mentor who has students that are absolutely wrecking the markets as hard as I wreck Real Dollar Fire. Oh, liar, liar, pants on fire. These guys are wrecking the markets so hard. Real Dollar Fire can feel it. Beautiful stuff. Look at that one. Is that a shark back? Holy crap. Did you take that shark back? I should have traded the afternoon. You guys are just crushing it. That's beautiful. Oh, Stairway to Heaven. He wrecked it. It's only 239. All right, folks. You guys probably aren't enjoying this as much as I am. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But he's just crushing this. So now, multi-harmonic again crushes this whole harmonic zone. He's got timings. He's pushed up and out. He is in a wham entry location. Holy crap. Look to the left. Is this a wham? Yes, it is. Is this a slam? Yes, it is. Did he take it down to the greens? I bet he did. Holy shnikes. Oh, he wrecked it. He's putting away another 500 there on the day. And look at him closing out. He beat, oh, holy shnikes. 2025. Well done. He pulled away more ticks than I did. Just different size. Man, well done. Are you taking, look at this. HMD play. The guy's just playing it like a video game, folks. This is how you do it right here. Trade it like a video game. Take it, enter it, hit it, go. Right? Know the tools, know the rules. Execution. Look at these guys, just absolutely crushing it. Like watching a beautiful video game. Oh, this is more beautiful than watching Battlefield 3. Look at that. I need to go take a cold shower after this. Oh, 27.55. Our members absolutely crushing it. Let's see, was that the final trade of the day? 4 o'clock. Nice move, Shaq. You guys are applauding. I applaud you as well. So, survey of the day. Again, we don't have a lot of people hanging all the way to the end of the day. But those of you guys who do, make sure to try to answer these surveys. We had 7 winners. 2 losses. Hopefully they're a little bit small losses. And there is a beautiful round out to the day. Congratulations to those of you guys who are rocking it out. Keep it up. All right, I think we covered all of our topics. The poker hand thing, are we past 30 minutes? Yeah, I try to keep these to 30 minutes. We're about 10 minutes over, so I'm gonna wrap it up right here. We'll follow back up on that tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow is Friday, early in, early out. We are done by 10 a.m. tomorrow, so be in here early. Again, we got lots of reasons why we do that on a Friday. I'm gonna put in to the room right now, Friday rules. All right, there it is, early in, early out for the reminder. Be back here tomorrow morning. If you guys want the news, you can always come back in our room and type !news. Bam, find out what the news alerts are coming in on the day. Let's take a peek at earnings. Today I think was the biggest day of earnings, so I don't think we have to, oh shoot. Earnings plural. Earnings would have been today. I think tomorrow is like a weekday on earnings, not a whole lot. Yeah, all of 4 guys reporting tomorrow, not a big deal. And let's see how we close the day on the VIX here in the evening. I imagine it's pretty low, continue to drop. No, we're back up to 16. All right, so we may end up getting some drop overnight. We'll take a peek tomorrow morning. Doesn't matter what it does overnight at this point. Let the tools and the rules guide you. Lori, good to have you back, sir. See you in the trade room tomorrow morning. Fantastic. Will be great to have you back with us. All right. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Don't forget, tomorrow, Friday, after the trade day, probably around 1 o'clock Eastern time, we're going to do a full training session. I'm going to teach you guys 2 specific strategies using our tools or no tools at all. You guys can practice this weekend, come back to Monday, go wreck those markets like our guys do. Accelerate. Oh, yeah. All right, folks, that is officially it. We'll be back here in the morning, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and let's rock it out. For me, Pippy, Robbie, Lunchbot, Mod Squad, Curtis G, and the rest of the gang. Let's send out that big H-Town. See ya.